business world, 2001 was a year full of ups and downs, more downs than ups for a lot of people. But whether you enter the new year on solid financial footing or in need of a fresh start, author Scott Ventrella says you can benefit from the power of positive thinking in business. He spoke recently with ABC's Derek McGinty.
Morning, Scott. Thanks for being here.
Good morning, Derek.
We are all hearing stories these days of best-laid plans going astray. We know some folks will be broken by this, others will rise above. Can the difference really be traced back to attitude?
Absolutely. All attitude, positive or negative, comes out in our behaviors. And of course, especially in the workplace, people pick up on those behaviors, and we send certain signals to people.
And so when we send those signals, that translates our thoughts into actions, into reality?
Absolutely, because we really are, especially again in the workplace, we are reacting to other people. And so if we can react in a positive, hopeful, expectant manner, that sends certain signals to people, and they change, I think, their responses to us.
So positive, hopeful, expectant things will happen, hopefully. Let's talk a little bit about your 10 traits of a positive business thinker. Number one at the top of the list is what everyone would expect, optimism.
Yeah, optimism is extremely important because in the workplace, again, there's no perfect workplace. Bad things happen, unexpected things happen. You get that phone call, somebody walks into the office with some kind of news. And optimism is the ability to continue on with our goals, even in spite of some of the adversity. True optimism is being able to keep going, even when the wind begins to shift.
One of the others is belief. Belief in what?
Belief is, there's three parts to that. It's believing in ourselves, probably one of the most important. Believing and trusting in our own stuff, making sure that we understand that we really, no matter what happens, we don't want to go into a mode where we're questioning our abilities, our talents, our skills, what we can bring to the table in the workplace. But it's also belief and trust in others, the people that we have to depend on to help get our work done, to help achieve our goals. And for those to whom it applies, and studies would tell us that about 85% of your viewers would fall into this category, it's belief and trust in a higher spiritual power where we can get some of that, draw upon that inner strength that we all have.
Now, speaking of trust, integrity makes the list. Interesting.
Integrity actually comes from the word whole, integer, and that's extremely important when you think of some of the decisions that are made in the workplace. If you're lacking in that integrity, it always comes back to haunt us. So we want to make sure that we can stay whole, that we understand what our standards are, personal standards, and we have to make sure that we are willing to stand by those particular standards.
And so in the midst of all this business chaos, how can I tell if my thoughts have moved from the optimistic into the pessimistic?
And that's important, and it's really by paying close attention to our self-talk. And that's that discussion that takes place in our mind. So when we're confronted with unpleasant news, for instance, unexpected news, we want to listen very carefully to what we're telling ourselves. And if those thoughts are, for instance, the self-talk, such as, I'm no good, I can't get this done, you know, why is this always happening to me? If we've adopted that victim mentality, we have to really stop ourselves. And as soon as possible, and again, reframe that to the more positive self-talk.
All right, Scott Ventrella, the book is called The Power of Positive Thinking in Business. Much needed these days. Thank you so much.
Thank you.